Why, hello and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield, and this is an epic battle. And this is part 2, alright, of our epic battles. In the last episode, we talked about how to open it and a bunch of different things. Again, if you want to see that, if you look at the guides playlist, they'll all be in a row, okay? I'll have all these 3 will be in a row on the guide playlist. Part 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to talk about today, if you open, again, I showed you how to open it, but you go to, right, Shift B, or you click this one with the arrow, and we're going to talk about battle history stuff, okay? And this will be a real quick video, and then the last one, at part 3, will be a little bit longer, that we'll be talking about the actual traits, which will be important for you guys to know as well. So if you want to skip straight to that one, I totally understand. It'll be the next video that'll pop up here too. So basically, these are the medallions you earn as you battle, okay? As you do things, as you do certain objectives, as you do, if you do a particular battle, as we talked about in the last one, as a 1 or 2 man, or a 6 man, right? So if you notice, I don't have the one for Helm's Dyke as a 6 man. I have not completed it as a 6 man. This quest starts with full merit rating, okay? So major merit loss is soldier defeated, all right? Let's talk about what this means, all right? Real quick, this is really important if people are going to be totally confused on this. So Helm's Dyke Fellowship version. Fellowship is 6 man in Lord of the Rings Online, and then of course this is Helm's Dyke first, being pretty much solo or duo doing it, okay? Helm's Dyke can only be 2 or 6. We talked about in the last one, right? The last video, part 1. So if we hover this, Helm's Dyke forms the first barrier defense. It has a little bit of a fun story. For Rohan's final stand, Saruman's armies marches anger and ready for war. All right, so the thing is, I like about LOTRO is they're always better with the lore from the books. So Helm's Dyke is an actual part of the battle that's not in the movies, okay? There was a frontal defense spot before the wall that was like a rock area. It was like a first wall defense, okay? So a lot of people don't know that. It's pretty cool. So merit rating. Merit, basically what happens is in the game, when you get into a battle, merit just starts, right? I showed you that a little bit in the last video, just the little quest that pops up when you're inside the instance. Merit increases based on how well you're doing. When you're completing side objectives, and the main objective is usually defending a person or doing a certain thing, and there's like things that happen through the story. There's like main things that always happen through that battle or story, right? And then there are side things like go kill this boss, go stop this group of people, go save these supplies, that kind of thing, okay? Now, one thing that's really important in epic battles, I said in the first video, and I must say this one again, is that it's very different. Epic battles are very different, my friends, than skirmishes, instances, and raids, okay? Again, I explained this in detail in the first part 1, but just a little refresher in case you missed that part. Epic battles, you want to be focusing on commanding your troops through the commanders that are on the field, okay? So you click on the commander and you tell them to command the rest of the troops certain things. Heal them, defense mode, attack mode, that kind of thing. And then there's like engineer stuff where you're going to be doing building, right? You're going to be defending things and building things as you go through the battles, okay? So like, you might repair and build the ballista or the catapult, right? Or the trebuchet, right? And then and you load it and crank it. And I showed you a little bit in the first one how you do that and load and shoot. But it's pretty simple once you have it built. You click on it and a little tab will pop up, right? And we can show you that here in a second. But let's talk a little bit more about the merits, because this second part is going to mainly focus on the battle history and the merits of how things work. So basically, as you're going, your goal is to not let your soldiers die, okay? So again, you could be, if you're a big enough group, you might be able to have one person there holding one area fighting things, right? A tank or something to help protect those troops. But realistically, if you're solo or in a duo group, you're just going to be running around doing the main objective, shooting the ballista, repairing things, maybe repairing barricades. Barricades is a big one. A lot of people don't know. You got to repair the barricades. Don't make sure they don't die because they help absorb a lot of the damage for the soldiers. And then commanding the soldiers. And then side objectives. You might have to go kill a boss that comes, a rampart off the ramparts and stuff. So as you can see here, major merit loss. It's saying, so don't lose soldiers. Soldiers defeated makes you lose points, basically. You'll still complete the epic battle, you just won't get a very high merit here, right? Because again, as you can see here, there's different levels depending on what you're doing, how good you do in it, right? Again, a bronze medal earned, right, for all the objectives, a silver medal, a gold medal, and then of course the platinum medal, which is pretty much did it 100% perfect, is what that means. So once you're in there and you're doing this merit, okay, so don't lose soldiers. It says commander defeated. Don't let the commanders, the ones with the click that you command soldiers through, right? Again, you have to go to the commander, and you tell them to do certain things with the soldiers. Oh, that guy walked right through me. How rude. And then banners burned, like that's an objective in it. Again, if you look at all of these, they'll all have different ones. If you look down here too, there's a little tiny one, okay? You can also see lifetime medals. I have none from this one, so I have not done it as a 6-man. But if I go the 2-man, you can see right here, I do have some. I have a bronze completion, a silver completion, and a platinum. So I've done it once where I did it perfect, okay? And then right here too, again, it says right here, I did one where I got a platinum completion. But if you go down here to this one, you hover this one. The Helmshammer Memorial stands upon the dike at the location where he perished. The Rohirrim draw inspiration and courage from the sight of the statue raised above the trench wall. The enemy cannot be allowed to destroy the dike. Trolls are charging towards the statue in an attempt to destroy it, while others are attacking the caches of weapons at the East Watch. Okay, merit. This quest starts with full merit rating. All right, so this is another thing you can do on the side. The Statue of Helm Hammerhand. It's kind of like a subcategory thing you can earn, okay? So it says major merit loss. Statue is dealt structural damage. Rohirrim weapon cache destroyed. Rohirrim guarding. So you can't let those things be destroyed, okay? So I've never done that in a 6-man. I did that in a 1-man though, right? Right? Okay, so now you kind of get how that works. Down here you can also see how many rewards you have for certain things. You know, you'll get certain rewards if you click this. Enable reward forwarding. Oh, towards the next tier instead of silver reward. You are sure. Interesting. I'm not gonna do that, but it looks like you can like boost and like have your points go to the next one. So maybe doing it over and over does get a certain amount. That's something that I actually never realized while I was doing it. Interesting. If you know for sure, guys, leave a comment on that one. That's one that's not really that important, I think, but very interesting indeed. Very interesting. So you can earn towards something by doing it over and over, which kind of makes sense because there's like certain objectives you can complete and they kind of add up kind of thing as you play it over and over. Because it's meant to be where you can do the epic battle over and over to earn stuff. I'm getting heals. People are running by me giving me heals. So now let's talk about a little bit more about this one. So you can see I have one. That's my 1 platinum medal. I have 6 gold medals. Basically have earned a main objective in epic battle instances. This one says earned a main objective in all epic battle instances of that one. Okay, all right. I have 3 in the silver and bronze, right? So again, these are what we just talked about, just basically showing my totals from all the epic battles, right? Because there's a total of 8 of them, right? Yeah, 8 of them. I know there's not that many. It'd be cool if they add more soon. I'd be cool, but it's a really fun system no matter what. These are the epic battles from the 2 battles, right? The battles of the Helm's Deep and the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, or the Minas Tirith, right? Yeah. So you can go through here. You can see I haven't really done this one, the War of the Hammer of the Underworld. Something that a lot of people don't know is there are prerequisites, so make sure you complete these. So if you're going to do this one with us, you want to do the 12-man deeping wall with us. We've been doing that live, by the way, in live streams together as a kinship here on Crick Hollow. You can join us. If you're just a subscriber, you can join our kinship. We also have a Discord you can join. I put the link occasionally that'll last 1 week in the live streams. So they're 1 week long. So just go to the newest live stream. You should have a link. And then the Helm's Dyke, excuse me. Lost my train of thought for there for a moment. I'm good. So basically you want to come here and do solo or duo with somebody. So make sure you can do Deeping Wall if you're a new character, if your character has not done epic battles before. Now, again, you can go through here and you can hover all these. I'm not going to go over every single one of these battle history merit things because it will make the video way too long. And I wanted to make this part 2 very quick, okay? So, but again, you now know how to read it, right? How it's got basically a stone obstruction, right? It shows you a little story about it. The merit rating, this quest starts with full merit rating. So what that means when it says starts with full merit rating, it's full. And what happens is if you start losing objectives, like let's say a Rohirrim archer is defeated, it'll go down to 85% merit, 70% merit as things are defeated. So you want that to stay 100%. So your goal is to not let, right? As you can read there again, no Rohirrim, major point loss would be a Rohirrim archers die. So don't let any Rohirrim archers die. Dunlendings reach the gate and places a rock. Don't let them get there, okay? Or moderate point loss, fire set near an archer continues burning too long. So a fire that you don't put out in time. Those are objective things, again. So that's how you read it. That's how you go through it. And again, you see your overall winnings over here on the left too, which your basically your best one. As you can see, Helmsdike was my platinum one that I did with solo duo. So yeah, that's basically how that works. I'm not going to go more than 10 minutes on that, because that'll just get boring and confusing for you guys. Hopefully, I would highly recommend, if you want to know about this part, watch part 3. And if you want a little bit know more about the basics of epic battles, go watch part 1. All right? You guys have a great day in Middle-earth. Thank you so much to my wonderful patrons for their support. Thank you, Skimley, for being a royal guard. I really appreciate that support. You guys are the best. And my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing, guys. Subscribe button's there if I earned it. Next episode will be up there. Part 3 will most likely be up there after a day of this being out. And over there is my LOTRO tale with voiceovers. But if you go to my LOTRO guide playlist, you can see all 3 parts will be on there, on the playlist. So you guys have a great day in Middle-earth. I'll see you all in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings, and happy epic battling. Baruch Hazad, Kuzad, I menu.